Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't really going to do a video today because I have had a pretty busy week and day as well. But I came across this article and I think it's important for us to know what's going on with this administration and the attack on our Second Amendment. But first, ladies and gentlemen, let me say thank you very much to today's video sponsor, ITM Trading. Now, the ATF has shut down nearly 2,000 gun stores since they implemented the new zero tolerance policy. And ladies and gentlemen, this is just a way to circumnavigate the Constitution of the United States. Instead of not allowing us to purchase guns, what they're doing is they're going after the gun dealers or the firearms dealers by doing what? Giving them a zero tolerance policy where it says that if they forget to dot one I or cross one T, they are shut down for good. Thousands of gun sellers have been forced to shut down. And not only that, they're taking away their livelihood. You know, they're taking away their livelihood, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot even audit the DOD because there's so many things wrong that they find that they can never fix everything. We can't even audit the DOD, ladies and gentlemen. But they find one little wrong thing on one of these firearms dealers and they shut them down. They take away their livelihoods forever. Anyways, I digress. Thousands of gun dealers have been forced to shut down thanks to the new zero tolerance policy of this president's Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF. This is according to a lawsuit filed against the ATF, which is not even a real part of the government. It's not a part of the government that we voted in, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's a branch of the government. So the ATF, in my opinion, is not constitutional whatsoever. They should not be making laws. Oh, we don't make laws, we just make regulations. Same thing. If the ATF can make a regulation or some kind of a standard that everyone has to follow, and then if you don't follow it, you can go to jail. That's the same thing as a law. All right? And this is how they get around this. We are at the end of this empire. We are coming towards the end, so I hope that you're preparing. And the Second Amendment is something that we need to prepare for, ladies and gentlemen, because unfortunately, I think that in my lifetime, we are going to need to have this. We are going to need it more than ever in the history of our nation since its founding.
It's no wonder the central banks have been getting prepared by stockpiling gold. At ITM Trading, we have spent over 27 years building a team of seasoned researchers and analysts who can help you prepare for any financial crisis. Our experts are ready to provide you with proven strategies to safeguard your wealth and assets in the event of an economic downturn or currency reset, which is frankly inevitable. Don't wait until it's too late. Schedule your free gold and silver strategy call by clicking on the link in the description below.
So again, this was according to a lawsuit filed against the ATF and its zero tolerance policy by the pro-Second Amendment organization Gun Owners of America, GOA, which found through combing ATF data that the Bureau has put nearly 2,000 gun sellers out of business in the past 2 years alone. And I don't understand how these people that work for the ATF, obviously they're Americans, right? They work for the ATF. The Constitution applies to them just as much as us. How is it that they can actually do this and be able to sleep at night when they see that what they're doing is that they're weakening our nation by taking away these firearms dealers? They're weakening our nation, but they can collect a paycheck for doing that and still be able to sleep okay at night. I don't understand how. And here they say that the ordeal that gun sellers in the United States are going through began in 2021 when the ATF implemented an aggressive method of inspections for federal firearms licenses, FFLs. Many gun sellers were forced to shut down after their licenses were permanently revoked over what defendants claim are simple clerical errors. Again, some of them forgot to dot some I's and cross some T's. And they say this is an end around gun ban because you start putting gun dealers out of business and now all of a sudden it's very difficult for people to purchase firearms, warned GAO Senior Vice President Eric Pratt. What I say is those of you that have multiple firearms, make sure that you keep them serviced, keep them clean, keep them oiled, just in case we have to share some with our fellow Americans that are still patriots. The Gun Control Act of 1968 provides the basis for certain federal gun control measures, including regulations on interstate trade, requirements for firearm serial number marking, and establishing a list of prohibited persons who are not allowed to purchase or own firearms. The Gun Control Act also provides the federal government with the authority over licensing and record-keeping requirements for maintaining FFLs, and the ATF is charged with enforcing this law. It says here that good faith, clerical, and ultimately harmless errors in FFL record-keeping are statistically inevitably charged to the GOA in its lawsuit against the ATF. For example, ATF's published data concerning its compliance inspections in 2020 reflects that it conducted 5,823 and found and reported errors in 43.7% of those inspections. Incredible. And they say that since the beginning of the fiscal year on October 1st, 2022, the ATF has conducted 6,609 inspections for compliance with FFLs. With a little over 2 months left in the current fiscal year, this massive number of inspections are closing in on 7,502 inspections recorded during the previous fiscal year. At its current pace, ATF inspectors are conducting on average, or an average of 647 FFL inspections per month. 600, we are paying taxes so that they can shut us down. We pay these departments like the ATF so that they can shut down the people that guarantee us to have a Second Amendment right so that we can go purchase firearms from them, ladies and gentlemen, right? Topping 2022's monthly average of 587 per month. This suggests that the ATF will likely complete nearly 9,000 inspections before October 1st and could lead to dozens more gun stores being forced to shut down. This administration's zealous targeting of the firearm industry contrasted with its unwillingness to actually enforce criminal laws. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Their unwillingness to actually enforce criminal laws. They're putting law-abiding citizens out of business, taking away their livelihood for a clerical error. But when someone actually commits a real, true crime, they refuse to put him in jail. I'm not going to read any more of this. I will leave the link of this on a pinned comment so that you can revisit it if you like. It's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. The times that we are getting to is a time that we have to be prepared with everything. And the Second Amendment, some people, it's difficult. Ladies and gentlemen, it's difficult for some people to take that step. I've talked to some people that said, I just don't want to put myself in a position where I would ever have to need to use that. And, you know, what I tell them is, yes, but if you're ever in that position, especially if you're the head of the household, put yourself in a situation where there's nothing that you can do in order to protect your family because the thugs that broke into your home have firearms and you don't. Imagine what could happen. Can you live with yourself if something bad would happen to your family because you didn't want to take your duty, your responsibility as the head of the household as you should? You should take it serious. You should have a way to defend yourself and hope to the good Lord that you never have to use it. I hope that I never ever have to use any firearm for any reason other than that I'm going to the range and, you know, firing off a few plinks, and or that I'm going hunting somewhere. That's it. Never in a self-defense situation, never in a defensive or offensive manner, just to go and have some fun with it. But if we ever do need it, we will definitely have it. Having said that, I hope that you had a good week this week. Have a great rest of your day and a great weekend ahead. All right, God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out.